Folks, let's dive into a chilling case that's been unfolding in Bengaluru, India. This story is as gruesome as it gets and has left the entire community in shock. Brace yourselves, because this is not for the faint-hearted. On September 21st, residents of the Malleshwaram area reported a foul odor coming from a house. The police arrived at the scene and discovered the dismembered body of 29-year-old Mahalakshmi stuffed inside a refrigerator. Yes, you heard that right. A refrigerator, over 50 body parts, meticulously cut and stored. Imagine the horror. Mahalakshmi, originally from Nepal, had been living alone in Bengaluru for the past 5 months. She worked at a local mall and was well known in her neighborhood, but what could have led to such a brutal end? Let's dig deeper. Initial investigations pointed towards 2 main suspects: Mahalakshmi's estranged husband, Hemant Das, and another man named Ashraf. Hemant had previously filed a complaint against Ashraf, accusing him of having an illicit relationship with Mahalakshmi. The police are treating both men as persons of interest, but the plot thickens. A blue suitcase was found near the refrigerator, and authorities are investigating whether it was used to transport the body parts or if it was intended to be moved elsewhere. The prime suspect, originally from Odisha, is believed to have fled to West Bengal. This has now prompted a multi-state manhunt. Law enforcement agencies are coordinating across state borders to track down and arrest this individual. The Karnataka Home Minister has assured the public that the prime suspect has been identified and efforts are being made to apprehend him swiftly. The police commissioner emphasized that the investigation is being conducted from all angles, but they are withholding further details to avoid aiding the suspect. Imagine the tension and fear gripping the community. The National Commission for Women has stepped in, urging Karnataka police to expedite the arrest and conduct a thorough investigation. The gruesome nature of this crime has sparked outrage and calls for swift justice for Mahalakshmi. Bengaluru police have formed 6 teams dedicated to solving this case. Some teams have even been dispatched to other states to gather leads. An FIR has been registered and forensic teams are meticulously combing through the evidence. As we await further updates, the community remains on edge, anxious for answers and justice for Mahalakshmi. This case is a stark reminder of the dark realities that can lurk in the shadows of our everyday lives. Stay tuned for more updates on this shocking case. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any crucial news. Until next time, stay safe. Pause 2S. Now let's delve into the events that led up to the horrifying discovery of Mahalakshmi's dismembered body. This timeline will help us understand how such a gruesome crime unfolded in the heart of Bengaluru. Pause 1S. It all began in early August when Mahalakshmi started noticing strange activities around her house. Neighbors reported seeing unfamiliar faces lurking around her residence, but at that time no one thought much of it. Mahalakshmi, a resilient and independent woman, continued with her daily routine, brushing off any concerns. Pause 1S. Fast forward to September 10th, Mahalakshmi had a heated argument with her estranged husband, Hemant Das. The argument was loud enough that neighbors could hear it, and it ended with Hemant storming off. This incident was significant as it marked the last time Mahalakshmi was seen alive by her neighbors. Pause once. Over the next few days, Mahalakshmi didn't show up for work at the local mall. Her friends and colleagues tried reaching out to her, but all calls went unanswered. Concerns started to grow, but no one could have predicted the horror that was to come. Pause 1S. On September 17th, a blue suitcase was spotted outside Mahalakshmi's house. It was an odd sight, and it caught the attention of a few onlookers. That suitcase would later become a crucial piece of evidence in this case. Pause 1S. By September 21st, the foul odor emanating from Mahalakshmi's house became unbearable. Alarmed residents finally called the police to investigate. What they found was beyond anyone's worst nightmares. The dismembered body of Mahalakshmi, meticulously cut into over 50 pieces, stored inside a refrigerator. Pause 1S. The police immediately launched an investigation, piecing together the events leading up to the discovery. They quickly identified Hemant Das and Ashraf as persons of interest. Hemant's previous altercation with Ashraf over an alleged illicit relationship with Mahalakshmi added a complex layer to the investigation. Pause 1S. The blue suitcase found near the refrigerator became a focal point for the authorities. Was it used to transport the body parts, or was it intended for another gruesome purpose? The investigation is ongoing, with law enforcement agencies working tirelessly to track down the prime suspect, who is believed to have fled to West Bengal. Pause 1. 2S. As the investigation continues, the community remains in shock, grappling with the brutal reality of Mahalakshmi's murder. The police are leaving no stone unturned, and the public is anxiously awaiting justice for Mahalakshmi. Pause 1S. This timeline of events paints a chilling picture of how a seemingly ordinary life was brutally cut short. As we follow this case closely, we hope for swift justice and answers to the many questions that still linger. Pause 1S. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any crucial updates. Stay tuned for more on this shocking case, and until next time, stay safe. Pause 2S. In this segment, we delve deeper into the investigation process and the challenges faced by law enforcement and forensic experts as they work tirelessly to bring justice for Mahalakshmi. Pause 1S. We have exclusive interviews with key officials who provide insight into the complexity of this case. Pause 2S. The Bengaluru Fridge Murder not only shocked the nation, but also left a deep scar on the local community. Pause 1S. Residents of the neighborhood where Mahalakshmi lived are still grappling with the horror of the crime. Pause 1S. Many are struggling to come to terms with the fact that such a gruesome act could occur in their midst. Pause 2S. Public reaction was swift and intense. Pause 1S. Vigils and marches were organized in memory of Mahalakshmi, with hundreds of people gathering to pay their respects and demand justice. Pause 1S. The community came together in solidarity, lighting candles and sharing stories of how Mahalakshmi had touched their lives. Pause 2S. The emotional toll on the community cannot be overstated. Pause 1S. Parents are now more cautious, and conversations about safety have become a daily topic in households across the area. Pause 1S. Local schools held special assemblies to address the fears and concerns of students, offering counseling and support. Pause 2S. Social media was flooded with messages of outrage and calls for stricter laws to prevent such heinous crimes in the future. Pause 1S. Hashtags like #Justice for Mahalakshmi and #End Violence Against Women trended for days as people from all walks of life voiced their anger and sorrow. Pause 2S. Community leaders and activists have also stepped forward, organizing protests and meetings to discuss ways to improve safety and support for victims of violence. Pause 1AS. These efforts reflect a collective determination to ensure that Mahalakshmi's tragic death is not in vain and that meaningful change can come from this dark chapter. Pause 2S. The impact of this crime on the local community is profound, serving as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of vigilance and community support. Pause 1S. As the investigation continues, the community remains united in their pursuit of justice for Mahalakshmi. Pause 2S. The Bengaluru Fridge Murder is not an isolated incident. Pause 1S. Over the years, several similar cases have shocked the public, each with its own chilling details and tragic consequences. Pause 2S. One such case is the infamous Delhi double murder of 2008, where Arushi Talwar and Hemraj Banjade were found dead under mysterious circumstances. Pause 1S. The investigations spanned years, involving multiple agencies and a series of twists and turns before Arushi's parents were eventually convicted and later acquitted due to lack of evidence. Pause 2S. This case highlighted the complexities and challenges faced by law enforcement in solving high-profile murders. Pause 1S. Another case that drew significant media attention was the Sheena Bora murder case in 2015. Pause 1S. Sheena's body was discovered in a forest area, leading to the arrest of her mother, Indrani Mukherjee, and several others. Pause 1S. The investigation revealed a web of deceit and family secrets, capturing the nation's attention and exposing the dark side of human relationships. Pause 2S. The resolution of these cases often involves extensive forensic work, psychological profiling, and sometimes even international cooperation. Pause 1S. In the case of the Bengaluru Fridge Murder, forensic experts are meticulously analyzing the 50 body parts found to piece together the gruesome puzzle. Pause 1S. Advanced forensic techniques such as DNA analysis and digital forensics play a crucial role in these investigations. Pause 2S. The role of the media in these cases cannot be understated. Pause 1S. Media coverage brings public attention to the crimes, often pressuring law enforcement agencies to expedite their investigations. Pause 1S. However, it can also lead to trial by media, affecting the judicial process and sometimes resulting in miscarriages of justice. Pause 2S. Public outcry and activism have also played a significant role in pushing for legal reforms. Pause 1S. In response to the Nirbhaya case of 2012, widespread protests led to stricter laws against sexual violence in India, including the introduction of the death penalty for repeat offenders. Pause 2s. As we analyze these cases, it becomes evident that while each case is unique, the underlying issues of societal violence, legal challenges, and the quest for justice remain constant. Pause 1s. The resolution of such cases often brings some closure to the affected families and communities, but the scars left behind are indelible. Pause 2s. The Bengaluru Fridge Murder, like the cases before it, serves as a grim reminder of the work that still needs to be done to ensure justice and safety for all. Pause 1s. As we continue to follow this case, we hope that the lessons learned from past investigations will aid in bringing swift justice for Mahalakshmi and her grieving community. Pause 2s. Understanding the psychological profile of the suspect in the Bengaluru Fridge Murder is crucial to unraveling the mystery behind such a heinous act. Pause 1s. Experts in criminal psychology have started to piece together the mindset and possible motives of the individual responsible. Pause 2s. Initial assessments suggest a deeply disturbed personality, potentially marked by past traumas or psychological disorders. Pause 1s. Such individuals often exhibit signs of extreme detachment and lack of empathy, characteristics that can lead to committing gruesome acts without remorse. Pause 2s. The suspect's methodical dismemberment of the victim indicates a level of premeditation and control, often seen in cases involving psychopathy or severe antisocial behavior. Pause 1s. This level of brutality also points towards a possible history of violence or abuse, either as a perpetrator or a victim. Pause 2s. The motive behind this chilling crime is still under investigation, but several theories have emerged. Pause 1s. One possibility is a personal vendetta or unresolved conflict between the suspect and the victim. Pause 1s. Another theory suggests financial or material gain, where the suspect might have believed that eliminating the victim would bring about some form of benefit. Pause 2s. In some cases, such extreme actions are driven by a desire for power or dominance, where the act of murder itself becomes a means to exert control over another individual. Pause 1s. The suspect's background, relationships, and past behavior are being thoroughly examined to uncover any potential triggers or events that could have led to this tragic outcome. Pause 2s. Understanding the psychological profile not only aids law enforcement in apprehending the suspect, but also helps in preventing future crimes by identifying and managing high-risk individuals. Pause 1s. In the context of the Bengaluru Fridge Murder, experts are also looking into any known history of mental illness or previous criminal activities that might provide further insights. Pause 2s. As the investigation progresses, it becomes increasingly clear that solving such cases requires a multidisciplinary approach, combining forensic science, criminal psychology, and traditional detective work. Pause 1s. By shedding light on the psychological aspects of the crime, we hope to bring a deeper understanding of the factors that lead individuals down such dark paths and ultimately to prevent future tragedies. Pause 2s. The pursuit of justice for Mahalakshmi continues with the hope that a comprehensive understanding of the suspect's psyche will lead to a swift and conclusive resolution of the case. Pause 1s. Stay tuned as we bring you more updates on this developing story. Pause 2s. As the investigation into the Bengaluru Fridge Murder continues, legal proceedings are now taking center stage. Pause 1s. The suspect, once apprehended, will face a rigorous legal process to determine their guilt and appropriate punishment. Pause 2s. In cases of such grave nature, the legal system aims to deliver justice not only to the victim and their family, but also to the community at large. Pause 1s. Initial court appearances will involve arraignment, where charges are formally presented and the suspect enters a plea. Pause 2s. Given the severity of the crime, it is likely that the prosecution will pursue the highest possible charges, including first-degree murder. Pause 1s. The suspect's defense team, on the other hand, may explore various strategies, including claims of mental illness or diminished responsibility. Was on Pause 2s. The court will likely order a comprehensive psychiatric evaluation to assess the suspect's mental state, both at the time of the crime and during the trial. Pause 1s. If the suspect is found competent to stand trial, the legal battle will then shift to the courtroom, where evidence will be meticulously examined. Pause 2s. Key pieces of evidence will include forensic findings, witness testimonies, and any digital footprints that could link the suspect to the crime scene. Pause 1s. The prosecution will aim to establish a clear motive and demonstrate premeditation, which are crucial elements in securing a first-degree murder conviction. Pause 2s. Conversely, the defense may argue for lesser charges, such as manslaughter, by highlighting any mitigating factors. Pause 1s. The trial process can be lengthy and emotionally charged, with both sides presenting compelling arguments to sway the jury. Pause 2s. If convicted, the suspect could face severe penalties, including life imprisonment or even the death penalty, depending on the jurisdiction and specific circumstances of the case. Pause 1s. Beyond the trial, appeals and post-conviction proceedings may follow, adding further complexity to the legal journey. Pause 2s. Regardless of the outcome, the legal proceedings serve as a crucial step in the pursuit of justice, offering a formal resolution to the grievous act committed. Pause 1s. The community's trust in the legal system hinges on the thorough and fair adjudication of such cases, ensuring that the rule of law prevails. Pause 2s. As we continue to follow the Bengaluru Fridge Murder case, we will keep you updated on the latest developments and legal milestones. Pause 1s. Stay tuned for more insights and updates on this unfolding story. Pause 2s. Thank you for watching. Pause 2s. As we bring this detailed examination of the Bengaluru Fridge Murder to a close, let's recap the key points of this harrowing case. Pause 1s. The discovery of the victim's dismembered body parts in a refrigerator shocked the nation and led to an intense investigation. Pause 1s. Law enforcement and forensic teams worked tirelessly to gather evidence and piece together the sequence of events leading to this gruesome crime. Pause 2s. Community reactions were swift and emotional, with widespread public outcry demanding justice for the victim. Pause 1s. We also explored similar cases and their resolutions, providing context to understand the gravity of this incident. Pause 2s. A psychological profile of the suspect offered insights into possible motives, while legal proceedings are now underway to determine the appropriate consequences. Pause 1s. As the trial progresses, we will continue to monitor and report on any significant developments. Pause 2s. The outcome of this case could have far-reaching implications, not just for the individuals involved, but for the community and the legal system as a whole. Pause 1s. It serves as a grim reminder of the need for vigilance and the importance of a robust legal framework to address such heinous crimes. Pause 2s. We extend our deepest condolences to the victim's family and hope that justice will be served in due course. Pause 1s. Stay tuned for further updates on the Bengaluru Fridge Murder case and other critical stories. Pause 1s. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe for more in-depth coverage and analysis. Pause 2s.